Hey folks, Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us today for the 7th instalment of AEW Winter is Coming as we conclude 2027 with our final pay-per-view. Hopefully it's a good one, and hopefully then it can kick us off into next week's episode, which will be the roundup of the top 500 and the Pro Wrestling, well, it would be illustrated, but the Power 500 and here, all your various awards. And after that we'll kick on to Beach Break. So traditionally, end of year show 92 was the rating last year, with the main event that saw Cody Rhodes defend the AEW World Championship against Adam Cole, Jay White and Hangman Adam Page. We also saw Demi Bennett take on Saraya Knight in a 67 rated matchup. Before that we've had, if we can just get it to scroll, a 93, 93, 96, 92 and 81 when obviously we were just getting up to speed with things. So our first main event for this was Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. So this stuff obviously concludes a lot of stuff that we'd built at Crowning Glory. Of course, we've got a couple of the mandatory championship matches that were won by the tournament winners and the trios in both tag divisions. So hopefully a good one there. Nice wee title defence for MJF. Will he retain? And what will be the presence known of that heel stable, that alliance of those three guys, of Roman and OI, Tyler Black and Jon Moxley. What will their intentions be? We'll find out as this is Winter is Coming. Let's do it. So for this one we are at the biggest generic stadium it would give us in Quebec, Canada, and we're getting 68,000 attendance, so pretty happy with that. A wee bit of difference with that, a bit of change up. We had the 0x Championship on the line first, as we wanted to have some of our talented high flyers on the card to get the crowd on their feet. And we started with a 6-man matchup. And about that had some great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Blake Christian did retain the championship as he defeated A-Kid, Amaris, Dragon Lee, Isaiah Cassidy and Ben Carter in 12:31 when Blake Christian pinned Isaiah Cassidy with the Aliyah. Blake Christian makes his 7th defence of the AEW 0x Championship. So an 80 overall, some pretty good performances across the board. Very pleased there with Blake, with Ben Carter and with Dragon Lee as well. But it just shows that we have some guys that maybe aren't doing too much storyline wise, but they can still put on a kick-ass match. Next up we have a returnee. So Sammy Guevara and Britt Baker, your AEW Mixed Tag Team Champions, have basically said, open challenge, who wants to face them for the gold? Now Jonathan Gresham re-signed a little while ago. He's been having some matches on Collision, building up his popularity again, and he's decided that his wife is going to be his tag team partner. So we will see the returning Jordan Grace in action here as we go with Guevara and Baker, who are obviously in a relationship, against Grace and Gresham. 76 for this segment. Jordan Grace is an old school face, initial rating of great, and she performed poorly in this segment. The matchup, however, has some good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd as Gresham and Jordan Grace defeated Britt Baker and Sammy Guevara in 13:01 when Jordan Grace pinned Britt Baker with a fall from Grace. This means new AEW Mixed Tag Team Champions in the form of Jordan Grace and Jonathan Gresham. A 75 for the matchup there. You can see the two men with very good performances, but to be honest, Britt's obviously had a bit of decline in popularity by putting a lot of people over, and Jordan has been on her books, so I think if we can get her a bit more popular, I think it should be easy pickings to get her and Jonathan Gresham putting on some stellar matches that probably will hit into the 80 rated segments. And Vault Hype Package, as we see some commercials, blah blah blah, and then we have Walter come to the ring. He is going to watch his generals in action here, as in Axel Barthel and Adrian Sevilla. So Walter is down to do colour commentary, and that is a 68. And the matchup was really damn good and probably surpassed the expectations by an absolute mile. But about here we had superb wrestling and good heat as the Lucha Brothers, winners of course of the Tag Team Memorial Cup, defeat the Generals in 14:25 when Rey Fenix submitted Adrian Sevilla. Lucha Bros are your new World Tag Team Champions. It might be their 3rd or 4th reign with the belts. 90. Wow. Great performances from Phoenix and Penta. Crazy to think though, we get a 90 and that's with 3 of the 4 guys really off their game. In fact, in the case of two of them off their game and one really off, in the case of Adri and Sever. But really happy with that one. It seems that Penta and Vampiro have good pairings together as well. But I want to kind of move, obviously, Barthel, Sevier alongside Water into a kind of trios, stable kind of War, and the Lucha Bros. There will probably be like a changing up of the rosters in terms of a lot of people moving from Rampage to Dynamite and Collision, etc. So the Luchas will probably maybe get some more competition from other brands. But 90, absolutely delighted with that. Hype package for Gulia. She is signed, that is done and delivered. She's actually had a few matches on Collision, and through which she'll be challenging Sarie for the Queen of AEW Championship. And that match is next. But that was just to get her over to a more wider audience with the 40. The match itself had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, and it saw Gulia defeat Sarie in 13:20 with a diving crossbody, meaning that Gulia wins the Queen of AEW Championship. At 80 overall, you can see there a big difference in performance. Sarie 88, Gulia with 59. It might be Julia, it might be Gulia. I'll go with Gulia the now, but we'll see over time. Probably butchered it, but I don't watch any that particular wrestling, so that's my bad. But I wanted to give the reason why you would have such a title change. Now, I feel like since we've introduced the Queen of AEW Championship, the winner has always just developed and grown fantastically. So much that they surpassed the Collision brand, and I feel Sarie done that very quickly. Like her predecessors, Kaname, Steph Delanda, Ty Conti, every one of them have just been fantastic, or Ty Mello I should say. And it's no different with Sarie. Far too good for Collision now. We're hoping this effect will be the same with Julia, and that will allow her to become someone that can challenge for the AEW Women's Championship and the TBS and Shine Championships as well. But overall, 80, pretty solid stuff. I then moved on to a matchup between Hangman and Adam Cole. Now, these two have been tag team partners, but Adam Cole's like, I don't know what's happening with you, Hangman. You just keep losing. We need to try and get you far in the right direction. So they say, we'll have a one-on-one matchup. We'll see if we can get the best out of you. So a good matchup here. Adam Cole defeats Hangman in 13:20 with a flying crossbody. 81, a 74 and an 83. They obviously have lost a lot, so they've had a bit of a tank into their popularity. But after the matchup, Hangman has some words on Adam Cole, and he just says, right, I lost again. I clearly need to find what gets the best out of me. I feel like I need to go and find some former friends, and hopefully they can motivate me to be the best man that I can be. It's not going to be the Elite. They're fine, they're sorted, but Hangman's going to call on some old friends to get him back into winning ways and get him into a positive position. So 79 for the Hangman promo. Next up was the Trios Championships on the line. After the Elite won the Trios tournament, they took on the House of Black. We had a superb matchup here as the Elite, Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega defeat the House of Black, Buddy Matthews, Brody King and Malachi Black in 1801 when Kenny pinned Buddy with the one-winged angel, meaning that Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, are your new AEW Trios champions. A much better performance here than it was in the last event at Crown and Glory. This one gets an 87, so I can be happy with that. Still not great from Buddy. Brody was off his game, but reasonably okay. Handle the changes. It's a gimmick change for Malachi Black. New gimmick is great. Good to see. And yeah, pretty happy with that one. And the Elite will hold the fort of your Trios divisions. Of course, it might be a benefit for them being in this kind of role because they all have declining physical ability. That could just be down to a lucky roll, maybe a change in road agent, possibly how it helped it. Could have been a better announced team here, although I think that would have been the exact same. But it's one of those things. We take the 87 and we move to a matchup between Anna Jay and Elena Black. Now, the big story behind this one is Elena Black wants to face Veronica, but for the Women's Championship, but only when it's her 100th match. She wants to be the 1 in 99 and 1, but she's still at 94 at the moment. Anna Jay says, she could just get on here for some matches. I've been on a great run of victories recently, and I feel like I should be the one that gets an opportunity against Veronica. So if you want a chance, beat me. So they had the matchup here. Good matchup, great heat. Elena Black defeats Anna Jay in 13:41 by pinfall, using the ropes for leverage. 82, 80 for Anna Jay, 77 for Elena Black. Solid stuff there. And yeah, they have a little hype, a little sports entertainment segment, just say that's it. You get 5 more victories. I think she's 94-0 in AEW, so Veronica needs 5 more matches. But she says, we'll find an occasion, a special occasion, and we'll have this match up, and I'll be the one that takes that title for you. So if you just look, it's not going to be a beach break. I'm going to try and get it in for Stars Who Shine. If I can hold it off that long, we'll have the match up then, because that's our all-women's pay-per-view, so it looks like that'll be our main event. Planning way in advance, and no doubt end up forgetting what was going to book, but they got 100 segment before, so pretty disappointed it only got an 82. However, this one, which was better the last time, was poorer this time. With superb wrestling here with great heat, as Becky, Quin and Bayley Rose defeated Donna Purrazzo and Mayu Iwatani in 1647, when Becky pinned Mayu with the hard knocks, meaning that Becky, Quin and Bayley Rose are your new AEW Women's World Tag Champs. Mayu head and shoulders above the rest. I've loved the Mayu Iwatani Donna Purrazzo tag team, but I feel like we can go a good run with Becky and Bayley, give them something proper to do. And at the same time, like, Dionna's fantastic on her own, Mayu's obviously fantastic, genuinely world class. It would be good to get both of them into singles competition and not just, help elevate other talent, but, even just with wrestling them, it should possibly help them with their skill set. So I feel we can take the women's division a lot more. It means, Veronica kind of a credible opponent as well. And it could be people that are on the road to facing Veronica that maybe need a Mayu or a Diona along the way. But 81, Becky's getting stale. After a celebration victory for Becky and Bayley, gets a 77. What a babyface turn. She's had nothing success since then. And then we moved on to our main event. Kota Ibushi won a fatal 4-way to qualify against Kazuchika Okada, Jay White and Ilya Dragunov, which I think it was a high 90 result. It's a really good matchup. But MJF, in an exceptional matchup, defeated him in 16:39 with a Swanton Bomb, giving him his second defence of the belt, completely clean. MJF turning a new lead, possibly. But it's one of those ones where the psychology obviously was always going to be a hindrance. I was a bit worried about that. But the fact they pulled off an 85, maybe would have been a low 90 with the penalties. You can see that MJF's still hitting at the face turn. The fans are not really buying it. But then again, at the time of recording, they are. Or they were. We've probably turned heel again. I don't know how AEW storylines would have been. But after it, Roman Anoa'i and Anoa'i, John Moxley, Tyler Black surround them. And I just say it's interesting, like you try to come across as this goody two shoes, getting all these clean victories now, but that's not going to stop you, because one day, MJF, there's going to be a time where you and Roman go head to head, one on one, and you've got no help, no friends, no nothing. And we're just going to take this place over. We're going to end up winning the tag belts at one point. We're going to run this show. And all these people, like you, like your other AW originals, are just going to scoundrel down the card, and this is our yard. So we end the show there, and MJF is really looking a bit worried because he is the only guy. And is that babyface turn looking to be sooner? Cheap 100 for it as well, so that gives us a 94 overall. Maybe it wasn't my strongest pay-per-view in terms of certainly promo-wise, but I feel like you got a few title changes, you've got quite a few things you can freshen up going forward into 2028. As I say, new tag champs, new mixed tag champs, stuff with Hangman, new Queen of AEW champ, new trios champs, new women's tag champs, so a lot of stuff we can work with. And yeah, just one of those things where 94, pretty solid, but it could also be a possibility when you're having a show in Quebec as well, that your popularity is maybe not as big as it is in the US, so there could be a few points lost there, but it can help with the wrestlers' popularity growth. But we'll call it there. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you join us next week for the Power 500 and all the Wrestler of the Year awards, and then the week after that we're off to beach break. We'll keep on going, and we'll see if we at least try and get another couple of 100 rated matches during the save's lifespan. So remember, check out the Graveyard Software forums, the Fantasy Booker subreddit for more written and verbal content in the TEW and other universes. And until next time, this is Stuart Maxwell. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.